Okay, with Mike. Last night, the city manager utilized city resources that were an overkill. If anybody saw the video that was actually here, the resources used were far in excess of what needed to be used. It was a waste of taxpayer funds and officers' safety. We literally had more mounted horses than we did protesters that were arrested. Every taxpayer in the city of Dallas should be outraged at the actions of the city manager. Not only were the resources overdone, but the way that it happened, usurped every elected individual in this city. The city attorney's office and the city manager's office did not release the letter until 11:45. The mayor's office, the city council's office did not know that the city manager had authorized the DPD to move on the camp. It was a surprise to every elected individual that the city manager pursued that action. The timeline was at 11:45-ish. The city manager's office through the city attorney's office sent out the letter to our attorney and to the city council members. By that time, DPD had already set up a perimeter and was well in the act of setting up and mustering forces to move on the camp. So the problem is that you have a city manager that usurped the authority of the elected and spent way too much taxpayer money on the action last night. Everybody who lives in the city of Dallas needs to contact their city council member and express their dissatisfaction. Because last night was way too much. That's all.